Why, hello there. If you don't already recognize my sultry voice, this is DJartt of the High Score 510 podcast. First of all, I would like to thank you for listening to our show. Second of all, I want to remind you with a shameless plug of our Patreon page. Join our growing community and help support an indie podcast. The perks of being a patron, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Number one, you'll get our weekly quick hitters. Number two, you'll get feature conversations that are too hot for our regular show. And number three, we cannot leave out number three. Why, Jesus will bless you. So go check out patreon.com/highscore510. And for the price of a tall pumpkin spice latte, you can help Captain P-Funk finally afford that Merlot Broham he's been wanting. Regardless of which, we appreciate your support and hope you enjoy the show.
I seen this old white dude yesterday over in Vallejo. Him and his wife had the motorized bikes, the ones that, you know, you can pedal, but also has a little motor on it, so it'll take you 30 miles an hour. But he had the fattest tires I've ever seen on a goddamn bike. He had some goddamn DMX funeral tires on this shit. Them motherfuckers was made for off-roading and shit.
Did you just say DMX funeral tires? God damn. You talk about
he didn't want to get a flat, Jared.
How DMX get dropped off by a grave digger?
Come on. That is the fitting name. I mean, who else gonna dig it? DMX gotta come hard, man.
That shit fucked up.
I was just happy they didn't have his truck sponsored by Monster Energy drink.
Just a bunch of white bitches throwing out modern Monster Energy.
Did you see who was in the truck?
Atlantic ass?
It was only white people in the truck that were driving the truck.
Who you think?
Only white people own those type of trucks, Jared.
Exactly. What the fuck are you thinking, Jared? Those were all owners of the truck, nigga.
They're like, man, we get to be in a funeral procession.
And the only reason I'm on here is because I literally took a shower this morning. I woke up. I saw my team was in a bad position. I was like, damn, my team's getting fucked, right?
Yeah.
I started scouting, and I was going to pick up Joe Harris for Chris Boucher, but it wouldn't let me drop him unless I dropped somebody else first because he's just in my IR spot.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, you know what? I got to figure out who I need to drop. Let me just hop in the shower real quick. When I get out the shower, I'm going to hop back on here, and I'm going to drop somebody. I just don't know who I want to drop yet. It's probably going to be Evan Fournier's bitch ass. So I get back on. This nigga Jared picks up the person I was trying to get. I text him. I'm like, hey, Jared. Hey, Jared, man, this is fucked up, man. I fucked up. I admitted I fucked up. That's the only way you can talk to Jared. You got to admit your own fuck up first. So I think by the second or third text I was like, Jared, I got to let you know I fucked up. All right, it's my bad. All right, so let's start there. But I need this nigga Joe Harris. This nigga Jared says, okay, well, just come on the podcast. I'll send you the link. I get on the podcast. I text the nigga back. He said, I'm going to send the nigga in the mail.
Oh, come on.
It's some integrity I deal with, Aaron.
Sounds like Jared. You did everything he asked you to do.
You got a lot of racial tendencies, Jared. I just want to acknowledge that.
You know,
you wouldn't do this to your white friend.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score 510 podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and the Twitter. Also, check us out at the Patreon at patreon.com/highscore510. And we are here with...
this is Aaron Grayson, also known as AG3. Coming at you faster than Madonna's new 27-year-old boyfriend, making sure he locked down a couple of those bills pays and get that PS5. They're only about 30 years apart in age. She got this brother. He's 27 years old. She got some 27-year-old brother. And he was blowing marijuana smoke into her mouth on his birthday.
Getting kinky, huh?
That probably wasn't the only thing he was blowing into her mouth.
Down to 62. Down to 62. Get her some under 30-year-olds.
Somebody's going to have to give us some booty.
Hey, she got a fake booty though. You seen? Hey, Darius, you saw her
I
fake
seen that
booty?
thing look nasty.
No, I haven't seen it, but I bet it
seen-
looks like
Oh, it's
an
bad.
old person wearing a diaper.
It looked like a full diaper.
It looked like her wearing a J-Lo booty with a diaper on it.
It looked bad. You right, Darius. It's bad.
And we are here with.
What's up, y'all? My name is Adarius. Most of y'all know me as AKA the nigga who owns the podcast, AKA Jason AKA the only reason I'm on here is because these niggas couldn't get no guests. So
All right, here's your soundbite.
Fuck you, Adarius. Fuck you. Kiss me, please. Please kiss me. I won't tell Powell. Fuck Powell. Fuck. T.O. is black.
He's a black.
He's a black. Fuck him too. He's a slave. They're all slaves.
Wait, who is that?
that's so meta. That's me imitating a girl who actually talked to me that way. And Jared's not playing it as a soundbite.
Not only is he still in podcast, he's still in lines, Adarius.
That's so crazy. You don't even know what just happened. Jared's literally playing a soundbite for me, of me, about me. Wow.
He's a slave. They're all slaves.
Those exact words. White girl, by the way. Said all of those words to me. Literally all of those words. Now, I put them together so it's more comical. But I'm sure as Jared and maybe even another friend of ours, Powell, was there to recant or to recollect this, I think that was all 100% verbatim things that she said that night. So just a heads up. Just imagine a young, blonde, 20-year-old white girl saying that to me, man. That shit was wild.
Jared, were you there when that happened?
Fuck Powell.
Yeah. Oh, she got mad at Adarius because she was trying to sneak out on Powell with Adarius in front of Powell.
Wow.
She's like,
oh, she wanted me to. You know what? I'm married. I can talk about this. It's all good. She wanted me to do her. She wanted me to have sex with her, and she was my roommate's girlfriend, and told me don't tell him. First of all, if this was even going to happen, where we gonna do this at? Because I stay with the nigga who you stay with.
Come on.
Like, you were tripping.
when he told her that, she said,
He's a slave.
Adarius said, no, thank you. She said,
Fuck you.
That's pretty accurate. Did you just cut all those pieces of that story up just to retell it again?
Yep.
God damn. It was going hard.
Shout out to Powell sponsorship. Come on our show. All right. And my name is Jared, aka DJartt, with 2 T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just Jartt.
Ooh, baby, I got Popeyes.
That chicken sounds so good, Jared. It makes me think someone's grandma fried it twice, prayed for it, set it up to go out, and he swiped left on it. Thank you, Popeyes, for exploiting everything about Black culture and making it sound even more ignorant to a national audience.
Every time they come out with a new item, they harken back to what Richard Pryor said.
They're getting them some new niggas.
Adarius, how you doing, man? Where you been? What's going on? You back in Oakland?
I'm good, man. You know, I'm living my life like golden. Not really doing much, man. Just trying to maintain. Hate all these niggas out here, like always. You know, I'm always hating on niggas. That's my thing.
I heard you moved back to a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, man. You know, the Bay Area is really it's going through a lot. It's resilient though, so I think it's gonna bounce back in a great way. But right now, man, our people is really struggling out here. I can see it everywhere, and it's pretty sad actually.
All right.
Meanwhile, you got niggas like Jared and they little tights biking right by him saying, "Good luck, nigga. There's always FUBU." So with y'all, how's the podcast been? Hey, for all the listeners, just know that I did not leave the podcast. I was gentrified by Jared Simmons.
Things are going pretty well. We've had a string of guests that have been some interesting conversations and whatnot. Yeah, man, just carrying on and doing the damn thing. Just doing the damn thing. Hey, so how are things going with the new campaign? We saw this week Zion Williamson came out with a new shoe, and he was on Shay Sharp's show talking about it. How's that process?
Yeah, man, Zion is a real dynamic dude, man, and I can't really speak on my involvement at Jordan Brand, but I can say that he's a dude that deserves a sneaker that fits his personality. And as it stands right now, I personally think that there could be some more room to bring in his personality. Right now, the brand is playing off of his youthfulness and his explosiveness. And I think that that's not necessarily the direction, but I'm not a creative director, so I can't make those calls. But I think part of the direction should be rooted in his actual, like heritage. Like, let's start talking about where he's from. Let's start talking about like high school games, the blowout. Let's start talking about shit that like makes sense to his storyline. And I think right now we're playing off this like 20-year-old phenom. But I'm really excited for him to start his footwear journey with the Zion 1. I can only say it's gonna for sure go up from here. Like for sure.
I think they should market it as a true Zionism, since his name is Zion, and be like, "Hey, man, we gotta make this holy land for the Hebrews again."
Man, once
and then put a picture of that black Israelite that walk around Berkeley with that cane on the side of the shoe.
Ain't that a bunch of niggas' daddy?
I think he probably do got like 11 kids in Berkeley.
Yeah, he has like 20 Berkeley kids. Like, it's wild.
Can we just call them the Zion 11's? And then just leave it at that.
just go straight to 11's.
But I'm telling you,
like,
put 11
Zion,
on
like, why are my shoes to Zion 11's?
Hey man, I'm just telling you, the 11, you put 11 on anything and it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So is Zion Williamson, is he kind of a country boy, or is he not?
Come on, it's in South Carolina. He country as hell, man.
But is he country though? Because he's been in the spotlight.
Yeah, he's actually hella quiet and humble. Like, you wouldn't know that nigga is the best basketball player.
That's how Herschel Walker used to be.
Yeah, he's like a mix between Draymond and Marshawn. Like, he'll probably still say something real youthful and off the hook, but he keeps it like professional, like Draymond, but like still sounds like he's from like the bayou.
He's been doing the job. Have you had conversations about his performance on your fantasy team and whether or not, he's living up to your draft expectations?
No. No, but that's funny that you say that, because for him, no, I haven't. But there's people who are hella cool with Chris Paul, and I always talk about how Chris Paul just like dismantled my season year after year, because I always would pick him, and he would just get hurt. And a lot of the friends that know him and Jordan Brand relay funny messages like that back to him. And I don't know if he likes me.
Hey, can you give him a message from me, Darius?
Yeah.
Tell him
I got you.
Tell him pass my number to his brother Cliff, because I'm trying to get some insurance. Because I mean,
that actually, if I drop that joke, he might like me again.
I'm trying to reach his brother. I mean, I want some more. I'm trying to get some more State Farm life insurance, because after Shock G passed away, it made me think about it. And I'm like, man, I'm glad we still got Humpty Hump still alive.
Yeah, it don't work.
In news this week, Steve Urkel has come out with his own weed brand, and he debuted it with your boy Snoop Dogg. The strand is called Purple Urkel.
I'm glad
What do you guys think about that?
Because that strand been around forever. Purple Urkel. When I first heard of weed, it was Purple Urkel was out. Like, it's like, hey man, I don't know if you can call this a new strand. There was already a strand called Purple Urkel.
I think this is one of the worst branding campaigns I've ever seen. I will say. And then most importantly, I want to say this. If you I don't even know his real name, but if you did Luke
Jaleel
Skywalker,
White.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You Luke. What's Luke? I know Jaleel White, but who's Luke Skywalker's real name? What's his real
Oh, Mark Hamill.
actual actor? Mark Hamill. There you go. You can't be Mark Hamill, wait 20 years, and then be like, well, look, since I was the Skywalker in this straight up fictional film, I'm about to rebrand Skywalker OG and make it my shit. It's like, come on, dog. Like, it's kind of corny. It's kind of too late. You should have been repping that shit when you was Urkel. If you were Urkel and you had an episode where you smoked, I would have been like, this is the smartest thing I've ever seen. But come on, man. You're just like, you're reaching. Are you Jaleel White? Are you Urkel? Who are you?
I'm coming out with a new shoe, Adarius, called the Air Jordan 1. I'm coming out with this new shoe. I'm taking a page out of Jaleel White.
You should get Michael B. Jordan to be a model.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get.
Michael B. Jordan comes out with some Killmonger weed in 20 years or some.
He gonna come out with his own Air Jordans and come out. My name Michael Jordan.
That's exactly what it is. My name Michael Jordan. I'm gonna come out with some Air Jordans in like 30 years.
Yeah, how you gonna come out with the purple Urkel? Jarrett, purple Urkel. Let me tell you the first time what year that was when I first heard of purple Urkel. It was 06. Yeah, it wasn't new. It wasn't new in 06 when I heard about it.
Yeah.
When I actually had the purple Urkel come by my way.
Maybe he finally got the rights to it. Maybe he was maybe he was in, negotiations with CBS or whoever owns the Viacom, whoever owns the rights to Family Matters, and that character name, kind of like The Rock was able to eventually own the name and be able to call it The Rock from the WWE.
Man, he had to find that shit out.
Yeah, they came to an agreement about that, right? And so maybe maybe Family Matters is like, it's 20 years old now, or hasn't been like viable in over like 15 years. And maybe they're trying to, get it back back into the cycle of, consciousness. So like, hey, Urkel, you can use the name, you can have a percentage of the name, and you can use it for other ventures because maybe it'll get their syndication numbers back up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's.
You think ABC would give a black man any ownership in anything? Jerry, get the fuck out of here.
Well, I don't know. I think they might do that.
Steph Curry got that damn show, that goddamn golfing show popping. You think he owns that show?
Nope.
They paid him $25,000. It was like, peace, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. He getting a paycheck. He still got to go to the next check cash.
Come on. All right. Well, here's the little promo they did with Snoop Dogg. I'll play it for you.
I don't drink. I smoke.
Ah. The sticky icky.
Yeah.
By Mary Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Well, say less. I grow my own.
Purple Urkel.
Steve Urkel got his own weed.
Indeed. Purple Urkel. I manipulated the flavonoids to enhance the purple aesthetic.
Save all that shit. Let's spark up one. Oh, you ain't fucking around.
I should warn you, all of my strains have extreme potency.
Man, the stranger the strange, the stronger my game.
See, you know what gets me? He was just not too long ago saying how while he liked playing the role of Urkel, what it gave for him, but he hated it because he couldn't have a Hollywood career after it. Like that's all people saw him as.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny how switch he goes to embracing Urkel. Because that wasn't long ago when he was complaining about Urkel.
I don't know, Aaron. I think he wasn't embracing Urkel. I think that nigga was embracing his new character, which is Black Pee Wee Herman. He's embracing his new self.
Maybe he's gonna come out with another strand called the Purple Stefan Urkel.
I think the problem is it's really hard. The Black Stefan, the Stefan. The issue is that it was probably really hard for people to get used to not seeing him as Urkel because the nigga got some big ass like ceiling to floor drape ass eyelids, bro. You ever seen how big? You see the distance between his eyeballs and his eyebrows? Nigga there's a lot of space there, and that's why he always look weird without the glasses. Those people can get used to him. Anyways, y'all gonna try it when it comes out to the club near you?
No.
We're talking about trying. It's already been out. I don't really want to discuss. Let me put it like
that
this.
is not
in my past, maybe I have had some Purple Urkel back in the day.
Listen, if he starts calling his ounce sacks Winslow's, I'll start buying them.
if you is like you call it the Carl Winslow is a pound.
Yeah, exactly. Like the big one is a Carl Winslow. Yeah, then I'll start buying it. Like if he does that, I'm with it. But other than that, like Aaron is right. The Purple Urkel has been around for a while. It seems like a one-trick pony. Like, is your company called Purple Urkel, or you just only sell the strain Purple Urkel? Because, like, if that is what you're about, nigga, that's one strain. Like, your whole company's based on one fucking thing to smoke. Good luck, Julio.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, shout out to Purple Urkel sponsorship. Come on our show. Question of the day from It's Uncle Dub. Question of the day from It's Uncle Dub on Instagram and Twitter. Our friend Woody. He wants to know, who is the bigger coon, Herschel Walker or Ben Carson?
Ooh, that's hard.
Put them both in the paper bag and shake it up, and just whoever fall out first when it comes to those two. I still never forget my mama for forcing me to read Ben Carson book when I was young. Thank you, mama. You know what? I could have been reading something I really liked, but you made me read Ben Carson.
The only difference between the two niggas is one of them has a 24-hour fitness membership.
They both wear the same glasses.
See, let me tell you this thing. Like Herschel Walker is an example of, I feel like some football, remember like Homer Simpson had the extra layer of fat, so he couldn't get a concussion. And I felt like Herschel Walker is like, one of those football players. There's some football players that seem like they made it through the NFL long career and have like no like mental issues or CTE. Herschel Walker is an example of a player not using his brain cells well. Not suffering from CTE, but instead of using it for good, gonna use it for bad. Gonna act like you got CTE. Well, shit, they think I got CTE. I get away with anything.
So I can say this and get paid. They ain't gonna trip.
Native Americans ran faster than the Africans. That's why they weren't slaves.
I don't know. I think he's exhibiting all traits of a nigga with hella CTE. Actually,
I mean, he could be. You might be right. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, Adarius, but I think you're right.
I think you need to go ahead and just put a hole in his chest and so we can study his brain.
Oh, come on, bro. You say Junior say on himself?
Damn.
Dave Durson?
A lot of them, Dave Durson, a lot of them bit the hole in the chest so they could. I feel like he gonna do that, Adarius, and then we gonna see it's perfectly. It's like, hey man, it's perfect. He just from Georgia. That's what they gonna say.
They're gonna bring in a phrenologist from the 1940s and be like, yes, this nigger's head is exactly as we expected.
Exactly. They gonna find out he still had white matter. I was like, hey man, he was actually getting smarter. He still had white matter.
This is a prime example of a house nigger's brain.
You niggas is tripping. They gonna show the X-ray and that shit gonna look like a deflated fucking pig skin.
Come on. It's gonna look like a Heisman Trophy.
No. The lines on everything, the grip lines and everything.
See, he's just following his heritage. His heritage taught him that
the slave owners who had no success and no luck trying to make a Native American whose land they took become their slave because the Native American ran away. Well, they thought it was fine then to use African American who didn't know the country, didn't know the language, didn't know the religion, and they didn't run away.
It's like we dropped the nigga off in Harlem. It's like they didn't know where to go. They didn't know where the 13 bus ran or where the train system ran. So they just decided to stay put.
He just as ignorant as can be, man. You know what? See, he's so ignorant. I bet you Herschel Walker plays chess with pigeons.
The NFL has approved the change in jersey numbers. Tom Brady is not a fan. He said, to quote him, good luck trying to figure out who to block next year.
Straight entitlement.
Yeah, seriously.
Entitlement, dude. He seemed to only like rule changes when the rule changes that favor him. Like, hey man, we can use our own balls. I favor that. Now all of a sudden, a rule change with who square different numbers. He acting like you can't block it. Guess what? In college, I saw Ray Lewis in college wear a single-digit number. Deion Sanders wore number 2. I saw many linebackers wear number 1 in college. Right? Michael Irvin wore number 47 as a wide receiver.
At Cal, I've seen numerous brothers wearing the same number at the same time while playing significant minutes on both sides of the ball.
Exactly.
I gotta say this. At all of my time playing football, my coach never said, all right, listen, when the nigga runs up, make sure he's not numbered 40 through 40 below. All right.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to block him or guard him.
You blocking the wrong motherfucker. I saw you blocking a player with the number 21, Adarius. That's not a lot. I told you block the 56ers.
Make sure The nigga who's coming for you better be 50 to 70. If he ain't 50 to 70, don't touch him. Like, that just never happened. I'm sorry, ever. Like, he didn't dig Tom Brady. What are you talking about? It's called a formation, you fuck. You're like the smartest quarterback in the world, and you're talking about good luck to block.
Exactly.
What? You just blocked the nigga who's coming for you. What are you talking
he's
about?
like, that skinny nigga was wearing, that skinny nigga was wearing a D-line number, and the big nigga was wearing a running back number, so I didn't think to block him. It's like, I couldn't tell the difference in size.
I'll let them both go.
All of a sudden, Tom Brady go get mad. Hey, man, my guard on that play pulled and took out someone on the sideline because he was wearing the number 7.
I saw some nigga number 88 throw a touchdown. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. That's one of the crazy.
You know what he should have bitched about? I was reading something about it. For some of the players to get, like, some of them, if their college numbers open, like, and they're on their old team, they have to buy out the jerseys. So Dalvin Cook from Minnesota said he was going to stay at his number because it'll be too expensive for him to change. He said his number's available, his college number and his high school number's available, but he said it's going to cost him about several $1 million to buy out the jerseys to get. You have to pay for the. I think you have to pay it's something to do either NFL. I don't know. You have to pay someone to get the numbers.
Usually, I thought you also like pay the player who has the number.
You pay the player who has it, which is a lot cheaper than you have to pay like the NFL for the jersey to switch, because they're going to claim they can no longer sell that jersey. So you're buying out the jerseys that's remaining.
Well, with his money from being a partial owner of the Fan Control Football League team, I'm sure he can afford it.
Let me tell you, which is a fucking lie, Jared, because look, I was on the Shop Rams website the other day, Shop NFL, I was on the Rams, and I was mad because Jared Goff's jersey was $20 cheaper than Aaron Donald. I'm like, wait, one is still on the team. One ain't even on the team no more. How's this jersey only $20 cheaper?
Because they haven't
still
got
over
all the inventory to Ross or Marshalls yet.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook will have to pay for the price of the inventory left on his jersey, which will fall in the range of $1.5 million. Now, Tom Brady should be bitching about that. Like, now the players who are switching teams don't have to pay for these, right? Like, so for example, what's the cornerback that overrated? Still good, but overrated in Arizona for all these years?
Patrick Peterson.
You know how he signed with Minnesota, I think Minnesota. So he's talking about switching to his college number because he won't have to pay since he switched teams.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it'll be interesting. Like, it'll make the game more interesting. I like the fact that you can kind of, for the fans watching, you can kind of tell who's an O lineman, who's a linebacker, or who's a D lineman, or who's a tight end. For some of the guys who are a little bit bigger and differential, but like honestly, like I can tell the O lineman from the DBs and the receivers, you know what I'm saying? I can tell.
Yeah, because they white.
Yeah,
nigga, you can tell the O line. You can tell the O lineman for where they line up on the field.
That's exactly.
Well, that's the other thing.
I'm gonna tell because they in the stance.
Well, I can also tell the difference in size and the difference in speed, but then also, where they line up on the field. So I just don't understand why Tom Brady even really cares. But also, oh shit, hold on. There's somebody entering the studio. Oh shit.
Oh, fresh off a game too.
Oh, we got Lito P. Oh, snap. Lito P marinara.
Ooh, fresh off a game with the crawfish rays. Ooh.
Yeah.
Y'all pick up a W? Oh, you on mute. That means
he's
no.
muted. He's muted still.
Yeah, I saw that face though.
Hang on. Yeah. No, dude, I'm heartbroken right now. I'm sick.
Oh, you guys caught an L, huh?
In the worst way.
Ooh.
Well, what's the worst way?
They gave me the ball in the bottom of the 7th with a 3-run lead to close the door.
It's only 7 innings, 7-inning games.
7-inning games.
Are you like the Keith Folk of the team now?
Dude, Jared. I'm not even the closer. I'm the setup guy, but they used the closer in a high leverage situation earlier.
And he couldn't throw no more? He tired?
He got pinch hit for the last inning.
Oh, that sounds like some managerial issues, bro.
Yeah.
No, because it was a back and forth game. His spot came up in the top of the 7th with the chance to add more runs to the lead, and they pinch hit and brought me in to close.
Did you guys end up adding more runs to the lead with the pinch hit?
Yes, I think one.
Okay, well, they should have not pitched it because he would have been like, I got a 2-run lead versus Powell having a 3-run lead.
Yeah. I'm about to say, and then Powell left his butt cheeks open, and then
No, but this is what I gotta say is baseball is a cruel game, man. It's cruel. Like it's just a game of inches, you know. I mean, I don't know if you want me to go on about the inning in on the podcast, but I mean, just 2 inches either way. I mean, on a ground ball that could have been a double play that ended up being a seeing high single. I had 2 outs, runners on first and second, still with the 1-run lead. And again, this was playing my former team and all these guys that I'm friends with.
Oh, this is the team you left last year.
This is the team I left last year. There's, you know, some nice women in the crowd like that. I was trying to, the stage was set and I'm 2 outs, first and second, still have a 1-run lead. And my friend Duty is up. He's a lefty. My center fielder is playing him to pull, but I'm throwing on the outside. It's 1-1 count. I throw a fastball on the outside. He goes with it. And it's a soft line drive that's kind of tailing away from my center fielder. And my center fielder goes all out, diving catch, lays out, full extension, misses the ball. It would have been an incredible catch to win the game. Misses the ball rolls to the fence, runner from first comes around and scores, game over.
How many outs was it at this point? 2?
2.
Oh man, that does hurt.
So if y'all don't know, Powell is in New Orleans. He is our Jungle Ball correspondent. And Jungle Ball is a city baseball league out in New Orleans. And Powell is
hang on. You gotta see the jersey though.
Hey, sound like Powell. They should have brought in a third Dominican.
Yeah, they should have been a third. So, Powell, can you?
I got faith in you, Powell.
Hold on.
I got faith in you, Powell. I got faith in you.
Powell,
you'll turn it around. You'll turn it around.
You'll turn around, Powell.
Don't worry. You know what this means, Powell. You know what this means. You're not gonna get that ride in that monster truck on your way out.
Hey, Powell. So you're saying that in the bottom of the 7th, they came up to bat and said this:
"Spread your cheeks and lift your sack."
Nah, man. Baseball's a cruel sport. But the great thing is you get it again next week.
I am not gay anymore. I am delivered.
I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse.
And they was like, call in Powell. We need him to pitch and say the game. And this who showed up.
It's your boy Chatana.
Oh, that's nice stuff. That's actually the funniest one you put out so far.
Powell threw that last pitch and then yelled out, "It's white boy summer."
Dude, I can see somebody in the crowd who's rooting for your team, Powell, at the end of the game after you blew it, being like,
"Yeah, and that nigga owe me $5."
Nah. You know what, Powell?
To be honest, Jared, I think this week's Black People Saving Baseball needs to be me giving up the 3-run lead.
You didn't honor yourself to give them a 3-run lead.
I'm the honorary.
That should be a new segment. White people are screwing up black baseball.
Pal, I want to hear about these women in the crowd, man. Unlike these two that want to keep ragging on you. I want to hear about the women in this crowd, man.
Thank you. Yeah,
no, Aaron, look. Do you, Pal, show us a 360 of your apartment real quick. Go ahead, show us a 360 of your house, crib. Aaron, those women aren't there, Aaron. Aaron, they didn't come back with him. I don't want to hear anything.
Man, these are good old Southern women. They weren't going to go back that night, man. Pal was going to have to go out there and do some hollering.
Right. It's over.
But he's not in the mood to do hollering, man. That's the problem.
Over. They saw a loser. They were like, nah, man.
Nah, Pal was going to go out there and do some hollering, man. That's what happened is that after this game, he couldn't get, he didn't have it in him to do the hollering.
Pal, just take the jersey off quick and go hit up the Canal Street. You're gonna be good again.
So none of the ladies came through after the game because you on that playoff P. I mean, you on that Ramadan P.
Yeah, no, there was no. It was my main one didn't come. I didn't invite her.
You trying to keep her away?
Then, well, no, just because I knew I wasn't gonna be playing that much today, but then there was one in the crowd who I've been trying to get at for a few years now. And that was what hurt and she was, and right as we're literally walking off the field after getting walked off, giving up the 3-run lead, she's there right by the fence. Like, oh, I didn't know you played baseball. I'm like, oh my God. Like now is not the time.
Hey, so wait.
So come back to me in 5 minutes. I'll have something for you.
Actually, I think we got audio of that, Pal. This is the audio we found of her in the parking lot afterwards. Hold on.
Kiss me, please. Please kiss me. I'm gonna tell Powell. Fuck Powell.
Oh shit!
Yo, is that what I think it was?
No idea.
that was me imitating Jesse. Jesse.
Yep.
Imitating her and imitating you. It
Yep.
was wild. Jared with the soundbite this week is
Damn,
crazy.
Jared, how'd you find that one? That was
on my old phone.
Wow.
Oh no, Powell knows about the whole situation.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I've known Powell longer than almost anybody. What you think I wasn't gonna tell him about what happened?
Yeah.
That was real life.
Dude, she was sloppy, bro. She was hella sloppy.
She was crazy, bro.
Yeah, she was definitely sloppy.
T.O. is black.
Powell was there for that. Powell was there.
What do we think about the Kyrie Ramadan situation?
Oh, Kyrie Ramadan, I think it's dope. I feel like Kyrie, although there's a lot of things that in the past that I've also like not like super fucked with or liked about him, just because the way he talks or behaved a little bit. Like it's not a big deal from what I have my opinion of him. But recently in the last year or so, I've seen him, make strides of becoming a better man and a better person. Not to say he wasn't a good
And who
person.
the fuck you been watching, man? You watching a totally different Kyrie. Your news is different from mine,
What
Jared.
you talking about, man? He been active social politically. You know what I'm saying?
Man, shut up, man, Jared. I don't want to hear this shit. He doing a facade, Jared.
He paid the
fucking facade.
I tend to agree with Aaron, to be honest.
It's a facade. The Ramadan facade. Everything he does is a fucking facade, Jared.
He paid the women's
I like to be. I tell you, I'm one of those people
WNBA.
That's not that. What was that? 2% of his salary? I mean, it wasn't much.
I don't know.
It's nice. It's still nice. It's still nice. He did it. I don't think it's a bad dude. He didn't pay the whole fucking salary. Stop saying the wrong thing. He did not pay the whole salary. He paid the salary for the people who opted out of their little bubble, which wasn't that many people. And it wasn't like it was a high salary. Still nice. He didn't have to do it. It was nice. David Price paid for the whole minor league. That was a bigger deal for me. He paid the whole minor league salary, way more than what Kyrie. But still, it was still nice he did it. But it's a facade, Jared. I like to pride myself on knowing, like, when people are being genuine and knowing what's inside people. He's not been genuine. Man, that's all. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just felt too. I couldn't sit here and let it go.
Man, he doing his thing, man. He doing his thing.
Yeah, that's the problem. He always do his thing.
I'm not saying
his thing is to make him look better.
Aaron, I feel you on this one, man. I feel like just a good example of the Kyrieisms that he be pulling. If you think about when he returned back to Boston and he pulled out the sage and he did the whole sage walk and was on camera doing the sage walk for like 30 minutes pregame.
And he had an abalone show.
Like, all right, so part of it is like you're coming at it with this new spiritual mind, and you're coming at it with like a form of spirituality where you can cleanse the arena. Yeah, no, I feel it exactly. Like that's a real thing. Hold on. I mean, like for real. Just know we talking real things. So I hear it, right? I really do hear it. I understand it, right? Palo Santo got my sage on deck. But a part of it is, nigga, you should have did that at 8 a.m. Nobody around. Go to the stadium. Like, go on the day before when they're setting up the fucking arena floor. You go do the walk in. Like, if you really...
When you're practicing, exactly. When you're practicing.
Exactly. Or when you're practicing and it's just like, hit it up real quick. Like, you made it this big thing where, like, he just makes it a thing. And so, if you're starting to take, like, this new personality and just doing it to hyper focus, like your new way of being, it's kind of fake too. And I'm not saying that he's not evolving. I kind of feel it, but like if you got to do it in a way that's so public, maybe you're not.
I tend to agree with Aaron and Dari. There's some that's just inauthentic about everything that he does, and just like the image of him kind of like on his knees, like in his uniform at half court. Again, it's like, did we ever see Hakeem or Kareem or or Enes Kanter or the countless other Muslim athletes like praying salat like at the like in uniform at the court? Like, I don't even know if he was facing Mecca the right way. It all just seems so much of like an image kind of thing. And
he was facing Mecca, Powell, the old Mecca Stadium in Milwaukee.
Right.
which for him would have been facing west. Like that's the Mecca he was facing.
Nah, the Meccan Center.
He's facing the Mechanics Bank. It's like, No, I agree that there is something that seems a little contrived about it.
Again, I'm all for people embracing Islam and Ramadan is a time where, Allah calls all people to kind of explore this way of life and this religion and everything. And so I definitely, I'm not trying to like hate on him. It's just his past actions. He seems kind of like a new age, kind of for the clout type of dude. And it does seem just like this is kind of part of it. Whereas like Steven Jackson has always been like a stand-up reputable dude, and him becoming Muslim to me is more impactful and more like, I can see that. That's legit. So we'll see. We'll see, I could see Kyrie, next month, in India, with some Tibetan Buddhist monk, on that kind of, it just seems
Maharaja.
like the next.
I get what y'all are saying. And I'm not saying like most things with Kyrie, like I was on him up until like the last year, and I'm trying to ease up on him because I see him doing some things that are unpopular to the mainstream, and unpopular to the mainstream to me means that you are actually doing some substantive to a degree exploration and actually like venturing and dissenting or deviating from the norm of what is expected of him. Now he could have been like the Kyrie that was always injured, always about playing himself, and those notes might still be there. He might just be like still petulant, and those notes might still be there. But what I'm saying is that he's doing things that are beyond just like focusing on just himself. Now, is he like a world leader? Is he like some great person that we should draw inspiration from? No, not necessarily. But is he expanding the perceived avenues that an athlete can express themselves or maintain being in the spotlight? I think so. So in that way, I kind of fucks with him in that way. Now, I'm not saying that he isn't potentially appropriating. I heard he got some native. That's why he got them light brown eyes and some white in them probably too. But anyways, I'm just saying is that he's going off the beaten path. He's getting friction from the general narrative and the general media because of things that he's doing that are kind of deviating. And yeah, like he's his own dude, so he's always going to be kind of doing his own thing. He went from being Uncle Drew to now, being Sage Smudge Kyrie. So I think there is some kind of growth that isn't just him just trying to, get that Pepsi sponsorship and just be all about, just being some puppet of, the man, which I can fucks with. He's not allowing himself to necessarily be the puppet of the man. He might be a puppet of himself.
Are you calling other people who are more genuine, but just because they're not out there growing with every spirituality or every minority cause, were you calling them being puppets? Or maybe they just got a different lifestyle to live?
No, I think he blew up faster than he should have because he was the dude who came from Duke. He was the number one pick. And, LeBron left. They needed in Ohio somebody to be the man, and he had a little bit of personality.
Would you say he was the man because they didn't make the playoffs one time?
No. But he got a movie. He literally had a movie, Uncle Drew movie. He got a movie off of a commercial, like within the first 3 years of his career. Like that's not doing any work. That means that you're signing on to be a puppet of whoever it wants to produce and leverage and use your 3 years.
That was later. For like Uncle Drew came out after LeBron was back.
That's true because he became an exclusive Nike athlete. So listen, Jared, for you to just say like I just want to be clear. He blew up off of nothing is where my eyes go, whoa. Because we have to remember before LeBron, young Kyrie was averaging like 18 and 8. Like he was balling, bro.
Yeah, he's doing well, but he was always getting hurt. But he was doing well. I'm not saying.
No, yes, he was. Yes, he did.
He was a young budding star, but
then LeBron came and like he was already like people were already like this dude is the next. Like so, I just say like a couple of things. I'll leave my arguments with a couple of things. One, Kyrie's basketball skills. The nigga's dribbling like nobody. I would say maybe ever, but nobody in the league right now for sure. Maybe Steph closest. But like the way the nigga splits defenders, gets to the league, does his thing, nobody like him. So let's give him
best handles ever. I'll say that.
Yeah, let's give him some props there. He's not like just this like far right nigga who like we were just like here, just give him something like he's in the fray of really good basketball players. That's one. Two, Kyrie's antics, I would say, made him less popular and made him less of the trajectory of the star that he could have actually been. I mean, he's that's what I'm saying is it's a real true testament to how good he actually is, because he's still in the conversations, he still has a shoe deal, and he says some off the wall shit, and it really devalued him as a budding superstar. He would be on Giannis and LeBron and KD's level had he shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up a little bit more. He would actually.
Man, Jerry, it sounds like you trying to make him Nelson Mandela.
I ain't trying to make him Nelson Mandela. I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying? He's also been
Over
an
here
advocate.
acting like he Nelson Mandela.
He also been an advocate for players getting their mental health and their focus correct. You know what I'm saying? He's spoken out about that. And, you know, when Kevin Love...
He didn't speak out years ago when Kevin Love was the one. He didn't speak out then. He spoke out for himself.
Don't let me bring the Kardashians into this.
No. But
don't let me bring Kim Kardashian
into this argument. Here's the thing. When Kevin Love is able to speak out about it, it's accepted because he's a white athlete versus a black athlete. Now, I'm not gonna say or make it a race.
Kevin Love didn't just disappear. He said it. He spoke out.
Mm-hmm.
Then he didn't even take time off. He asked for time off. He handled it. It's like a motherfucker at work, Jared. If a motherfucker come to me and like, hey man, I need some time off. Shit ain't going right mentally. I'm stressed. Okay, but this motherfucker disappeared, and then his own coach and general manager didn't know where the fuck he was at. And it's like, then he spoke up for mental health and things like that. That's what I'm talking about, Jared. It's always like this half-ass, like, do it later thing. It's not like do it when it's best for him, right? Ron Artest spoke out for mental health. This motherfucker spoke out for him, not for mental health.
Delonte West spoke out about mental health.
Come on, bro.
Kyrie didn't do shit.
I agree.
But I'm saying, like, he's done all this stuff recently in the last couple of years. He's been having whatever you want to call it, his forms of awakening. And so for me, I'm just saying, hey, allow him to work this shit out. Like, yeah, he's in the spotlight, so we can be critical. We can talk about it. We can analyze it. And we all have fair opinions on it, I feel like. I'm just saying is that I'm allowing him to continue his venture as a 29-year-old man, continue his venture as a man in evolving and figuring shit out for himself. And in certain ways, he's doing some good for his community, or for what, like the basketball community, whether it's only paying for all the women who opted out of last year's season, or whether it's speaking candidly at the press conference about whatever is going on in his life, or the mental health shit, or some other shit. I'm not saying that he is Nelson Mandela. I'm just saying is that I used to hate on him a lot more, and I'm giving him the opening because he's showing that he's potentially growing and evolving and changing as a person. Now, is he fitting the normal mold of what I expect out of an athlete, especially a black athlete in America? No. So therefore, I'm not going to sit here and just criticize him unfairly as though they've conditioned us to criticize him in certain ways based upon his behavior. Now, I'm not saying that what y'all are saying is not valid either. What I'm saying is that yes, I understand. Like, yeah, he seems like he still is selfish in certain ways, or it's like Aaron said, he's doing it half-assed. Like, I get that. I'm not saying that. I'm not taking away from your points and saying that. I'm just saying is that he's still going through the process of these things. So him figuring out how to do it the right way and the perfect way is not necessarily gonna happen. So yeah, we can still be critical of it, but at the same time, like, he's doing these things. He's doing some things.
Jared, I just want to say this though, and this is, again, I think you're making the point. Is everything is right? Like, there's no. I think there's actually no difference in what we're all saying. It's just how we're getting to the conclusion. But I will say this, Jared, the fact that you just named his whole reconciliation tour of hooking up the WNBA, doing all these things, saying all this shit, the fact that you can say out loud that that's what he's doing, it furthers the point of what we're saying, which is like, it's just sloppy and it's half done, and I don't trust it. I don't trust like how he's coming about it. And not saying I don't trust him being and growing and maturing as a person. I don't think that's the thing. Like, I think he is doing that, but he's doing that in a way that he has to do it publicly, and that's the shit that's shitty. Like, if he was just growing and we didn't hear about Kyrie and we didn't hear nothing, and all of a sudden, like 3 years, 4 years down the line, you start hearing these spot stories that Kyrie paid for the bubble, this and this. Like, I'd be like, yo, Kyrie, like, on the legacy level, it would have already turned to on for me. I've been like, oh, he's the man. Oh, shit, like, Kyrie was doing all that. He was really growing. But the fact that it's like, yeah, last year he was a piece of shit. This year he's donating all this money. It's like, I know what that means. You're just trying to, like, get on your reconciliation tour.
And just as far as the Ramadan thing, it's like, the war on terror is over. Like the mass corporate media and the man is not beating the drum against Muslims right now. So it's not like
well, it's right now. Just wait. Soon enough, it'll be back.
No. We have 20 years of the war on germs. Like they passed the torch. I think that it's not a it's way different than Muhammad Ali at the pinnacle of the like civil rights era and the like Nation of Islam's power. And it's also different than Mahmoud Abdul Rauf becoming Muslim at the beginning of, the first Gulf War and the like beginning of the war on terror, et cetera. And so I don't know. I'm just kind of siding with Dari and I'm poking holes. And Jared, I get your overall point. It's just the Ramadan thing specifically isn't what it would have meant as far as taking a stand in the man's eyes as it does now.
In solidarity. Well, it's, and it's the thing. If y'all watch One Night in Miami, you know what I'm saying? I think there was an interesting conversation within that movie about the process of like, because is he claiming to be Muslim now? Is he claiming that he is, fully Muslim, or is he exploring it? Is he trying to reconcile whether or not it is where he wants to go with his life?
I think Adarius and Powell being too nice to you, Jared, because I know what you're doing. They saying we saying the same argument. Nah, man, I know what you're doing, Jared. You probably, if I see, this is why I wish I had better artistic skills, because I would draw like one of those cartoons, those political cartoons, and it'll be what you're really doing in your head. And what you're doing in your head is you putting up a picture of Kyrie in your house in between a picture of Martin Luther King and a Desmond Tutu.
So what you saying is that Kyrie is...
He's a slave. They're all slaves.
Come on.
That's crazy.
Cutty Corner Shoutouts. Cutty Corner Shoutouts is a segment where we end the show on and everyone gets a chance to have the floor, rant, complain, talk about something that has been bothering them this week. Or you can say something positive and highlight something positive in the world. So Cutty Corner Shoutouts. Cutty Corner Shoutouts.
It's time. We're burning now.
God, if you let it in, help!
So cold and bleeding now.
I'm in with it, man.
Gonna let you down.
He had sex with my mama.
We're broken people now.
I just said I need a Becky
Aaron, do you have a Cutty Corner Shoutout?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my Cutty Corner shout goes out to European people, not all European people, but European soccer fans, and not all European soccer fans, just the ones who, which was still a lot of them, took to the streets. And as we know, this week, soccer, the bigger major clubs in Europe tried to start their own league. It got shut down. I understand everything. I've been yelling about this for people the whole week. I've been listening to at least like 10 hours worth, not that long, but at least a few hours worth of video about it, interviews. Yes, it was going to fuck up the structure of soccer, this and that. Not that UEFA is a great place, and not that they're not corrupt, as we know, by we're having a World Cup in Qatar that they pay for. I don't have a problem with having a World Cup in the Middle East. They deserve it, but let's plan it out better and not kill a lot of people to build the stadiums. But my problem is this, is that in Europe, a lot of these fans were pissed when these clubs came out and said, we're starting the Super League. And these fans boycotted, took to the streets. There were these marches and shit. You would have thought that someone, that Derek Chauvin showed up in England and kneeled on Liverpool's neck. That's the way they act. I'm like, these are the same people. I've never seen so much emotion get over a team day. They weren't even leaving their domestic league. Yes, it was going to make their domestic league probably a little crappier, but they weren't leaving. The games that they were joining were for Tuesdays. Were going to be played on Tuesdays, right? They were still going to stay in these leagues, but they were just like, oh, it's messing up our pyramid. I've never seen so many European people mad, even players, right? Former players, just bitching about it, moaning. I heard people just distraught, seeming like they're crying. And I'm like, at the same time, a lot of the African and British and Black players, or dark-skinned players, Black Brazilian players, had to make a boycott social media because they still getting called monkeys and everything else out there. But no, these fans are willing to take to the streets and demand that the American owners are out of their game and out of their leagues and not own. But you won't take to the streets when these guys are getting called all sorts of names where they can't go in their thing, when they're getting threatened and their kids and parents see them and call them and worried about them. But you're going to go and get all emotional about a team that's not leaving. And that's going to still want to play and just want to get under UEFA's corrupt them and all that. So mine go out to those fans, not all European soccer fans, because some understand the bigger picture of it. And I understand it was going to destroy it, but there's bigger issues to get behind, right? Let's start standing behind the racism in soccer first, right? You called your game a global sport. This is my problem, is that these people are traditionalists. The thing about traditionalists, they want things to stay the same. All those people that celebrated Trump and the insurrection inside job right now, they were all traditionalists too. They don't want the status quo to change. You know who else was a traditionalist? Hamilton was a traditionalist. George Washington. All these motherfuckers owned slaves. Wherever I got my name from, the Grayson Plantation, that was a traditionalist too. Guess what? I didn't want shit to change. You know why we have the Civil War? Because a bunch of traditionalists like shit to stay how it is. And in Europe, they want the tradition. Like, we want the tradition. Okay, I understand it was going to ruin the game. You didn't. It was a bad move. I'm all for that. But get passionate when these other players, when Raheem Sterling come out and Rashford shows and puts out all the pictures of how many racist texts he did and comments on his social media, right? It's like these players can't even miss a goal from 30 meters out without getting somebody putting something racist in their inbox, in their DMs, and no one takes it a straight pen. I like sports. It's entertaining to me. I watch baseball, soccer, football, basketball. I love it all. But at the same time, I'm not going to put it above certain things that are real issues. That's my Cutty Corner shout out to Liverpool fans, Man United fans, all the people who want the American owners out the game. Look, there's plenty of reasons to want American owners out of your game in Europe, but you got some other things you need to fight for.
Adarius, do you have a Cutty Corner shout out?
Yeah, I'll keep mine pretty short and sweet. I got two of them, one positive, one negative. I'll go with my negative one. First, my negative Cutty Corner shout out, my hatred goes towards the funeral director of DMX's funeral. I don't know what they were thinking by bringing out Tonka trucks.
With four white guys in them.
With four white guys in it. They had Gravedigger pulling that nigga DMX. I don't understand why. I think the thing you should have did was hire 12 pit bulls in a sleigh and had a pit bulls pull that nigga's casket down the street.
They should have had
with drag on as the as with the rope.
Yeah,
they could have got drag on, or they could have got my boy Cuba Gooding Jr. in his overalls.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of plausible options other than four white niggas in a Tonka truck.
It was such a bad, and they were all hella goofy, like with their, like on Instagram Live, like with their phones out, like act like it was a few, like, oh, seriously, who were those guys?
They were DMX was in the car club, and those were his mechanics.
Those were his friends. That's who DMX hung with. God damn.
I don't think DMX hung out.
No, one of them I think was Steve LaBelle. Steve LaBelle is he's actually a known hitter in the hip hop world. He's a white manager, Italian manager. He's been a manager for a lot of the famous cats. I don't know who the rest of them was. It was wild. It just was bad optics.
It was like, is this like a Monster Energy drink, like promo, or is this a funeral?
Man, it's almost like you were on the podcast earlier. That's all the things we were saying. Yes, it was terrible. It was really bad. I was waiting for the white chicks in the bikini start throwing out free Monster samples. That's my Cutty Corner shout outs for the funeral director. I don't know who it was, but he shouldn't have had that job. And then my positive one actually goes out to Jared. Shout out to Jared for letting me come on my own podcast to speak on my own Cutty Corner shout out about a person who I actually know named Cutty, and let me do a Cutty Corner shout out in front of my own friends. So shout out to you, Jared. You are the king. You are the Messiah. You own everything in my life. And thank you for just allowing me to be a part of my own life, I guess. I don't know. Really confused about it, but got to give you praise. Cutty Corner shout out this week, and the positive light goes to Jared Sanders.
So I think my Cutty Corner shout out has got to go to Doug Ford and Justin Trudeau up in Canada. I'm not going to speak too much about it, but man, my heart goes out to the people of Canada who, from October to April have been in freezing cold, wintry conditions, plus being, locked down. And then to have, as soon as the sun comes out, the most kind of draconian police state shutting down of the economy and of their like civic life that they've experienced right on the back of winter, back inside, kids getting fined for playing basketball at the park. But shout out to just all my friends and family in Canada, who are really going through it and who are going to be on complete lockdown. And honestly, like if they're on lockdown, through this, they only have 2 months of summer anyway. So if they're locked down for these 2 months, come fall, and they got to go right back into that cold, sun goes down at 4:30, freezing, wintry seasons again without having a summer. I mean, people are going to really start killing it. They're going to have more suicides and alcohol and drug overdoses than coronavirus, combined. So, shout out to Doug Ford and Justin Trudeau. Fuck y'all.
My Cutty Corner shout out goes out to all the adults involved in the Ma'Khia Bryant situation. From the stories I've heard, the foster mother had some, responsibility in the situation. Her father ended up, her real father ended up showing up, and so, some people said that that's the guy who kicked the girl that was on the ground, if you've seen the video. But there was a situation going on, and no adults intervened, no adults stopped the situation. It was a 16-year-old girl fighting with some adults and other adults who were instigating or not being adults in the situation. And sadly, I don't want to place blame unsubstantially, because the situation was fucked up from Jump Street. And so it was a fucked up situation that was created by the adults in her life. And those adults in her life did nothing to help this young girl, whether she was being defiant, problematic, is what some people were claiming. She was behaving, a certain way. But regardless, I'm saying, like, you don't have grown people trying to fight a young girl. You don't have, if you are already going to condemn her to be in a certain way, then what do you think the police who have no knowledge of her are going to be? So my Cutty Corner shout out goes out to the adults in that situation who didn't step in. Y'all seen the police come in, step in, stop the situation, stop the fight, stop whatever you got to do. Go up to the officer, explain, get her away from those people that she's fighting with, protect her from this situation. Nobody was there to protect her from this situation. And then we have who happens to be a white cop, police officer, shows up, sees somebody in a fight, somebody who has a knife, and the situation is just so fucked up that this person, I like, in some respects, like, it's hard for me to blame him shooting somebody who is trying to stab somebody else. But this was all set up by those adults in her life, and they made her the fall person of her own story. Well, that is our show, my friends. That is our show. Any final words y'all like to have?
Be peaceful, everybody. Peaceful.
Yeah, everybody, keep yourselves calm. And Jarrett, expect a cease and desist.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, I've been waiting to hear this.
That's all I got for us.
Desist.
Yeah, good luck finding that, because just like the Native Americans,
it was fine then to use African American to become their slave, because the Native American ran away.
That's what I'm about to do from your cease and desist.
Yeah, see that smile on his face?
He's smiling, dude.
He knows he's lying. He knows he's recording live from hell. Like, he said that was like, I'm recording live from hell, baby. I mean, look at that staircase. It looks like he's literally recording from the depths of hell.
Dude, seriously. Well, thank you for listening to our show. Stay healthy, stay blessed. Let's continue to heal and care for the people in our communities in the world, and hopefully we'll be out of this pandemic sooner than later, and hopefully we'll be on the road to brighter days in general. Anyways, take it easy, keep it sleazy, and we will leave you with this.
Hey, did y'all know Paul Mooney was still alive?
Yeah.
So, did something happen to him recently?
Bro, me and Chrisman went to go see him at a comedy show like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
At Berkeley Rep.
Yeah, he had a surgery at that point. He had to have some surgery and he got cancer.
He looked like it was over. He was like in a wheelchair because we went to the makeup show or some shit.
Yeah. He couldn't make a show. He couldn't make the New Year show, so he had to do it later. New Year
show, so and like he was like in a wheelchair, looked like he could barely like breathe. I was like, oh, it's over. And then I just forgot about it. I thought he had died that year. I just assumed that like he didn't make it throughout the year. Then recently, somebody was like, we want to hear what Paul Mooney has to say about DMX. It's like, he's still alive? Like, what? Paul Mooney's still alive, man. I thought he was dead for sure.
He's doing his thing.
P. Mooney's still kicking.
Yeah, still kicking. Shout out to Paul Mooney, sponsorship. Come on our show. We'd love to have you talk to us about this.
I say nigga 100 times every morning. Makes my teeth white. Nigga, 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 nigga.
Can we go back to that video? I don't even want to play the video. A couple of things. I don't want to play the video. I don't want to see the video, but I just want to analyze a picture. I want to analyze the nigga's hairline.
He got a good hairline.
How did he do that?
He got the best white doctors. He got the best white doctors this side of the Mississippi.
Between him and Paul Pierce, man. Let me look at your little white hairline.
That shit like the. That shit like the MLK statue. How he get his hairline looking like?
Jaleel White got a solid hairline too.
Nah, it's kind of back though. It's kind of back.
He's always had big. He's always had that. You know what I'm saying, that vaulted window look on his forehead and eyebrows. You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh yeah, you're right.
The fact that
look at a picture of Urkel, him as Urkel.
The fact that he can go in a barbershop and say, "Can you give me the Urkel from the '90s" and still get the same haircut is wild.
Can you give me the high top fade?
Give me.
You might be right. I was looking at his old pictures where he was Urkel, and it's about the same place.
Yeah, we need to. Y'all need to get
that nigga Herschel Walker went into the barbershop and said, "Can I get the
Urkel?" Yeah.
I must have some stress too much at one point in my life that I can't get no hairline like this. I mean, it's not cut well, Herschel Walker's, but he got it.
Yeah. You was too busy running, Aaron.
His barber got to run while trying to cut his hairline. Like, hey man, this motherfucker's still running. Yep. Oh man! Wait, is that a white woman? What was that in the back? I didn't see it last time because you said it, but you kept the video playing, and then you only saw it for this 1 second.
No. You see it the whole time. They're just not moving very much, so they kind of just blend in because you're looking at all the other ambiance that's going on.
Motherfucker got a spiral staircase. It's hard to look at a white woman on the floor wearing a mask.
He's got a landing at the top of it and a chandelier.
Hold on. Man, it's the daytime. The white woman's sitting on the ground with the fire in the daytime.
He's trying to represent that life that we should be going for. Hey man,
that might be his son. That might be his son. High yellow sun.
We having a white Christmas in February.